Hello viewers, my name is Mr.Adebanjo. I want to welcome you to this video. In this video we are going to be discussing together extensively on the Wassce 2024 further mathematics objective questions. So we are going to be treating this the just concluded Wassce 2024 further mathematics objective questions. In the previous video we have solved the Wassce 2024 general mathematics objective questions. So we are solving further mathematics objective questions in this video. So in the next video we are going to be solving the theoretical part of both the general mathematics and objective further mathematics theoretical part of the questions. So like in this video, what we are going to be telling you the topic where each of the questions were selected, and we are going to be talking about so we are going to be solving each of the questions step by step as well, and also we are going to be solving all the 40 or the 50 questions all together, and also we are going to be selecting the correct answer from the options provided. And before we get this started, please, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please click on the subscribe button right now, so that whenever we post all the theoretical part of the questions on this platform, you will be notified immediately. And please share this video, like, and comment in the comment section of this video in order to help us improve on our next video. Now the first question is what you are seeing on the screen right now, and the question is related to Surd. You are told that if 5 over Surd 2 equals to Surd 8 over 8 equals to m Surd 2, you have to find the value of m. Like I said, the question is from Surd. So we have to solve this. You have to find m in this equation. So the first thing to do is to simplify the left hand side to make it look like the right hand side, so that we cannot compare both sides to find our m. So the first thing to do is that you can see that this is a fraction. We can rationalize the fraction. Then you can now simplify Surd 8 as well. So we can rationalize this fraction by multiplying up and down by Surd 2. And if you do that, you have 5 over Surd 2 times Surd 2 over Surd 2 minus, if you simplify Surd 8, that will give us a 2 Surd 2 over 8, then equals to m Surd 2. So Surd 2 times Surd 2 here will give us a 2, then 5 times Surd 2 will give us 5 Surd 2. So that means we have 5 Surd 2 over 2 minus 2 can go in 8 here, that will give us 4. So we have Surd 2 over 4 equals to m Surd 2. From there we can find the whole cm of this left hand side. That should be 4. 2 in 4 give us 2 times 5 will give us 10 Surd 2 minus 4 in 4 give us 1 times Surd 2 give us Surd 2. Then 10 Surd 2 minus Surd 2 give us 9 Surd 2 over 4. Then it means that if you simplify this one properly, you have 9 over 4 Surd 2. So if you compare both sides, Surd 2 will take care of Surd 2. That means m will be equal to 9 over 4. So that means your m is 9 over 4, which is option B for question number 1. Question number 2 is from a function. Question number 2 is from function. We are given that f of s is equal to Surd x and g of s is equal to 25 minus s squared. Find the value of g of 3. Sorry, you have to find the value of f of g of 3 rather. So like I said, it's from function. We are given this f of x to be Surd x, and we are given g of s to be 25 minus s squared. So the first thing to do is to find the value of g of 3, because this is a composite function, a function within another function. So you need for find g of 3, then whatever you get, you now put that in f of x. So the first thing to do is to find g of 3. So g of 3 will be 25 minus 3 squared, because your s is 3. So that should give us a 25 minus 9, and that gives us 16. So that means g of 3 is 16. Then you now put this g of 3 into f of x. So that means wherever you see x in f of x, you put 16 there. So that means you'll be having f of g of 3 will be equal to Surd of the value of s is 16, and that should give us a sort of 16 is 4. So that means f of g of 3 is 4, which is option A for question number 2. Question number 3 is also from Surd. If Surd 3 minus 6 over Surd 3, if Surd x minus 6 over Surd s is equals to 1, we have to find the value of x. If Surd x minus 6 over Surd x is equals to 1, we have to find the value of x. So that is what we are having here. The first thing to do is we can multiply through by Surd x so that to clear this denominator. If I multiply through by Surd x, you'll be having Surd s times Surd x minus Surd x times 6 over Surd x equals to Surd x times 1. So if we simplify for that, Surd x times Surd x will give us x. Then Surd s will cancel Surd s here. You have 6 minus 6 left equals to Surd x. So we are having x minus 6 equals to Surd x. Then the next thing we can do is to square both sides because of this square root. How do we get rid of this square root? Is by squaring both sides. So if you take the square of both sides, then we'll be having x minus 6 squared equals to Surd x squared. So that means you need to expand this one in two ways. So you'll be having, if you expand this x minus 6 in two ways, it'll be in two places, right? So you'll be having x minus 6 times x minus 6. If you expand that bracket, you'll be having x squared minus 12x plus 36, which I believe you can do. Then Surd x squared will give us x. Then collect like times again, bring this x to this side, you'll be having x squared minus 13x plus 36 equal to 0. Because if this x come and become minus x, so minus 12x minus x give us minus 13x. We can now solve this quadratic equation to find the value of our x. This can be solved using factorization method. So two numbers you can multiply together to give us 36, and when you add them together give us minus 13, and that should be minus 9 minus 4. So you'll be having x squared minus 4x minus 9x plus 36 equals 0. Factorize s into s minus 4. Then minus 9 is common here. Minus 9 into s minus 4 equals 0. So you'll be having x minus 4 s minus 9 equals 0. So it means that your s minus 4 equals 0 or s minus 9 equals to 0. So s will be equals to 4 or s equals to 9. So you have to pick one of these answer, because you can see that both of them are not here. Even though one of the answer is not valid, if you pick 4, square root of 4 is 2, minus 6 over square root of 4 is 2. So you have 6 over 2 here, that gives us 3. Then 2 minus 3 will give us minus 1, which is not correct. But if you test 9, sort of 9 is 3, minus 6 over 3. 6 over 3 gives us 2, so 4 minus 3. Sorry, sort of 9 is 3 rather. Then you have minus 6 over 3 give us 2. 6 over 3 give us 2. So 3 minus 2 give us 1. So that means s is equal to 9 is correct answer, which is option A for question number 3. Question number 4 is from sorry for that. Is from this fraction. Pardon me. I'm trying to remember the name of the topic. That should be partial fraction. Thank you. I remember partial fraction. We are having if f of s plus f 5s plus 7 equivalent to p into s plus 3 plus k into s minus 1. You have to find the value of p. So it's from partial fraction. So you are able to simplify the partial fraction to this level. So you have to find p from there, which is very simple. So from our question, we have 5s plus 7 equivalent to p into s plus 3 plus q into s minus 1. You have to find p. So that means we need to look for a way of eliminating q. And how can we eliminate q? Is by making s to be equal to 1. So 1 minus 1 will give us a 0 here. So everything here becomes 0. So when s is equal to 1, so you have 5 times 1 plus 7 equals to p into 1 plus 3 plus 0. Everything here becomes 0. So you have 5 plus 7 is equal to you have 5 plus 7 here, mine equals to 4 plus 3, sorry, 1 plus 3 is 4 times p, that gives 4p. So you have 12 equals to 4p equals to 12, divide both sides by 4, that will give us p to be 3. So option A is correct answer for question number 4. Question number 5 is from binary operation. is from binary operation. A binary operation asterisk is divided on the set of real number r by s asterisk y equals to y squared minus s squared over 2sy, where x and y is not equal to 0, where x and y are real numbers. You have to evaluate minus 3 asterisk 2. So we have been given the rule when you have s asterisk y, it gives us this, so we have to evaluate minus 3 asterisk 2. So therefore minus 3 asterisk 2 means that our s is minus 3 and our y is 2. So whenever we see y here, you put 2, whenever you see s, you put minus 3. So if you substitute that into this rule, you have 2 squared minus open bracket minus 3 squared over 2 into minus 3 2. So if you simplify that, you have 4 minus 9 then over minus 12. So we have 4 minus 9 over minus 12. 4 minus 9 will give us a 5. So sorry, minus 5 over minus 12. Minus, we take care of minus, we have 5 over 12, which is the option B for question number 5. Question number 6 is from a polynomial. Sorry, it's from a remainders theorem, and that is polynomial. So it's from remainders theorem in polynomial. So we have to, if f of h of x is equal to s squared plus px plus 2 is divided by x plus 3, the remainder is 5. We have to find p. So like I told you, it's from remainders theorem, which is under polynomial. So we are given h of x to be equal to s squared plus px plus 2. So if this function is divided by x plus 3, it's going to give us a remainder of 5. So that means if you substitute h of minus 3 into this function, it should give us a 5. That's what it means. So from there you can find our p, because if this s plus 3 divide this function, it gives us remainder of 5. So that means if I substitute using the remainders theorem, if I substitute x of minus 3 into this, if I substitute h of minus 3 rather into this function, I should get 5. So that means I should be having h of minus 3 to be equal to 5. Then if you put that here, you have minus 3 squared plus p into minus 3 plus 2 equals to 5. Then if you simplify that further, you have 9 minus 3p plus 2 equals to 5. Collect times 9 minus 9 plus 2 give us 11. So we have a minus 3p, then 11 come here, you have a 5 minus 11. So minus 3p equals to minus 6 divided by minus 3, p will be equal to 2, which is option B for question number 6. Question number 7 is from the sequence and series, which is from a linear sequence, that is a arithmetic progression. If the nth term of a linear sequence is 5n minus 2, we have to find the sum of the first term of the sequence. So we have been given the nth term, which is I can say that the nth term is the formula for generating the sequence of this particular sequence. This is the nth term. So where n is the term we are looking for. So if we are to find the sum of the 12 terms, we will still need the value of the first term. We are told that this is a linear sequence. That means we will need the common difference as well. So to find the first term, so that means our n will be 1. So the first term will be 5 times 1 minus 2. That gives us a 6. 5 minus 2, that gives us a 3. So we can also find the second term as well. Second term will be 5 times 2 minus 2, that gives us a 10 minus 2, that gives us 8. So we know the first term, we know the second term, we can find the common difference from there. So the first term is 3, the common difference will be 8 minus 3, that gives us 5. Now that we know the first term and the common difference, you can find the sum of the 12th term. So sum of term in AP is n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by common difference. So that means we have a sum of 12. We are summing 12 terms together. That will be 12 over 2 into 2 times 3, because our a is 3, plus we are summing 12 times together. That will be 12 minus 1 multiplied by the common difference, which is 5. So 12 divided by 2 will give us a 6. You have 6 into 2 times 3 is 6. 12 minus 1 is 11 times 5. That should give us, if you simplify the bracket, you have 6 plus 11 give us 11 times 5 give us 55 plus 6, that give us 61. So 61 times 6 will give us 366. So the sum of the 12 terms give us 366, which is option C for question number 7. Question number 8 is from logarithm, and in this case is from the as a logarithm. You are given that a log x base 2 is equals to 2. Log s base 2 is equals to 2. You have to evaluate log 128 base x, and this will not be possible unless we know the value of our s from there. So, and if you understand the meaning of logarithm, log x base 2 equals to 2, that means I can raise 2 times to get x, and that's the meaning of logarithm. If you want to understand this very well, you may reference my teaching on logarithm on my channel. There's a comprehensive video I made on logarithm that will help you understand the meaning of logarithm. Log s base 2 equals to 2 means I can raise this to 2 times to get x. So that means you have s is equal to 2 raised to power 2. That means your s is equal to 4. Now that we know the s equals to 4, that means we can simplify it. That means we be having log 120 base x, and that should be equal to log 128 base 4 because our s is 4. So log 128 base 4 equals to, we don't know the answer, that will be y. Let's call it y. So log 128 base 4 equals to y. So according to the meaning of logarithm, that means I can raise 4 y time to get 128. So we'll be having 4 raised to power y equals to 128. We can change this one to index form. We can find the index of 4, that will be 2 raised to power 2. So here you'll be having 2 raised to power 2y equals to 2 raised to power 7 to give us 128. The base, we take care of the base. You have 2y equals to 7. So divide both sides by 2, y equals to 7 over 2, which is option C for question number 8. Question number 9 is from trigonometric ratio. We have to evaluate cos squared 300 degrees minus 4 sine square 120 degrees tan square 135 degrees. Of course, this might look gigantic, but you can use your calculator to simplify this without wasting much of your time. Since this is objective question, it will give you an answer. But if you want to understand how we do this, of course, we are given this to simplify. We can find the equivalent value of cos 300 degrees. So before we now square it, cos 300 degrees has an equivalent trigonometric ratio, because cos 300 will be in the fourth quadrant, which is the last quadrant, and in the last quadrant cos is positive. So that means if I remove this 300 degrees from 360, I should have 60 degrees left. So that means cos 300 degrees will be equivalent to cos 60 degrees. So cos 300 degrees equals to cos 300 should be equal to cos 60, not cos 30, because this is sorry, silver teacup. Yes, it should be cos 300 equals to cos 60, not cos 30. Please change that. Then here also you can find the equivalent of sine 120 degrees. So 120 will fall in second quadrant, so that would be 180 minus 120. That should give us 60 degrees. So we'll be having cos 120 to be sine 120 to be sine 60 as well. Then tan 135. The tan 135 will fall in second quadrant as well, and that should give us 180 minus 135. That gives us 45 degrees. But tan is negative in the second quadrant, so you have tan 1 minus 1 for tan minus 45. Yeah, this should be cos 60 degrees, not 30, please, because cos 300 will fall in the fourth quadrant, and in fourth quadrant cos is positive. Then that should give us a 360 minus 300. That give us a 60 degrees. So this is correct. That this should be cos 60 degrees. Now if you simplify that, okay, that you can see that I adjusted it here. So this will be a typographical error. So we are having cos square 60 degrees minus 4 sine square 60 degrees over tan square minus 45 degrees. So if you know the trigonometry of special angle, cos 60 degrees will be the minus 1 over 2. Cos 60 degrees will be 1 over 2, not minus 1 over 2. Cos 60 degrees will be 1 over 2. So then you now square your answer. Minus 4 into sine 60 degree will be 3 over 2. You now square that as well, over tan 45 is 1, so you have minus 1 squared as well. So 1 over 2 square will give us 1 over 4 minus 4 times, so 3 square will give us 3 over 2 square will give us 4. So we know that over minus 1 square will give us a 1, so you don't need to write over 1. From there 4 will take care of 4, we have a 3 left, so you have a 1 over 4 minus 3. If you simplify that by finding the LCM, you have 1 minus 12 over 4, and that should give us a minus 11 over 4, which will be minus 2 whole number 3 over 4, which is option B for question number 9. Question number 10 is from a function. Also, we have to find the inverse of this function. F of x equals to 2 minus x over x. We have to find the inverse of that function. And how do we do that? F of x equals to this. We know that f of x it also means a y. So we have a y equals to 2 minus x over x. Cross multiply to make s sort of the formula. If you cross multiply, you have a xy equals to 2 minus x. Collect like times, you have a xy plus x equals to 2. Factorize x here, you have x into y plus 1 equals to 2. Divide both sides by y plus 1. So we'll be having s to be equals to 2 over y plus 1. Then switch the variable. So this one will become y, this one will become x. So let me be having y equals to 2 over x plus 1. But this y and this y, they are not the same thing. This y represents f of x, and this y represents inverse of x, inverse of f of x. So you'll be having inverse of f of x to be equal to 2 over x plus 1, which is option B for question number 10. Question number 11 is from quadratic equation. Sorry, it's from indices leading to quadratic equation. It's from initial equation leading to quadratic equation. You're having 2 raised to power 2x minus 5 into 2x squared plus 4 equals to 0. So, which is what is given to us to find the value of the values of x. Now the first thing to do is we can see that we're having 2 raised to power x in this bracket, so we can simplify this one also, so that you'll be having 2 raised to power x here. So this one can be written as a 2 raised to power x all squared. This can be written as 2 raised to power x all squared, because the 2 can multiply x as the power, so that'll give us a 2x back. So that means you'll be having you can now call this 2 raised to power x y. So you can say let y be equals to 2 raised to power x. So that means here you'll be having y raised to power 2 minus 5y plus 4 equals to 0, because you are calling anywhere you see 2 raised to power x, you call it y. So there is 2 raised to power x here, and you're having 2 square here also. So you'll be having y squared minus 5y plus 4 equals to 0. So we are now to solve this quadratic equation to find the value of our y. So this can be solved using factorization method. Two values we can multiply together to give us minus 4 and to give us plus 4, and when you add them together give us minus 5. That will be minus 1 minus 4. So you'll be having y squared minus y minus 4y plus 4 equals to 0. You can factorize this. So y is common here, so you'll be having y into y minus 1. So minus 4 is common here, you have minus 4 into y minus 1 equals to 0. So y minus 4 into y minus 1 equals to 0. So that means your y minus 1 equals to 0, your y minus 4 equals to 0. So that means y will be equals to 1 or y will be equals to 4. Now that we know the value of y, we can now find the value of our s from here. So when our y is equals to 1, recollect that our y is equals to 2. Our y is equals to 2 raised to power s here. So that means put wherever you see y here, put 1 there. So we have 1 equals to 2 raised to power x. So you can change this 1 to in this initial form. So that will give us a 2 raised to power 0 equals to 2 raised to power x. Base will take care of base, so s will be equals to 0. Also, when our y is equals to 4, put 4 here, so we'll be having 4 equals to 2 raised to power x. Change 4 to an index form, you have 2 raised to power 2. The base will take care of the base, so you have your s to be equals to 2. So that means s is equal to 0 or s is equal to 2, which is option A for question number 11. Question number 12 is from matrices. It's from matrix. You are given that matrix P is a column matrix which you have a element 2, 4, and the Q is also a column matrix, we have to find a vector R such that 2p minus 3r equals to Q. Sorry, it's not from a matrix, it's a vector. So you are given a column vector P and Q to find the column vector for R. So you are given the column vector for P and Q to find that of R from the equation given to us under. So from this equation you have to find the vector R. So that one is clean. So how do we do that? You are given the equation to you have 2p minus 3r equals to Q. So you have to put this vector and this vector here. So p is 2, 4. So if you put that here, you have a 2 into 2, 4 minus 3r equals to Q is 10 and minus 1. From there, this 2 is a scalar to multiply this column. So you have a 4 and 8. 2 times 2 gives us 4. 2 times 4 gives us 8 minus 3r equals to 10 and minus 1. From there, you can collect like and this column vector can come here. So you have a minus 3r equals to this column vector minus the one that is coming here, which is 4 and 8. So according to this matrix, we can subtract them because they are both column matrix. So you have 10 minus 4, that gives us 6, minus 1 minus 8, that gives us minus 9. So you're having minus 3r equals to 6 and minus 9. So our aim is to find r. We can divide both sides by minus 3. So that means we are having r is equals to this column vector over minus 3. So minus 3 will divide each of these elements in the column vector. So 6 divided by minus 3, that will give us minus 2. Then minus 9 divided by minus 3, that will give us 3. So that means option the value of the column vector of this r is minus 2 and 3, which is option B for question number 12. Question number 13 is from matrices. You are given the matrix P, which is this 2 by 2 matrix in form of M. I have to find, and we are given that the determinant of P is equals to minus 34. I have to find the value of M. So given the determinant of matrix P to be minus 34, then from there, if you put this matrix P into this to find this determinant equals to the determinant of this matrix P equals to minus 34. So from there, we know how to find the determinant of 2 by 2 matrix. So we cross multiply and we subtract. So m plus 1 will multiply m minus 8. So we have m plus 1 into m minus 8 minus m minus 1 multiplied by m plus 4. We have this equals to minus 34. You can now expand this bracket, So you have you'll be having m times m give us m squared, m times minus 8 give us minus 8m. So 1 times 1 will give us 1 times m give us m. So minus 8m plus m will give us minus 7m. So 1 times minus 8 give us minus 8. So we have multiplied this and we have simplified to get this minus, if you expand this one as well, you'll be having this as well equals to minus 34. Then open this bracket with the minus here, you'll be having m squared minus 7m minus 8m. Then minus will open the bracket, we have minus m squared minus 3m minus plus 4 equals to this. So m squared will take care of m squared. So then you have minus 7m minus 3m, that gives us minus 10m. Minus 8 plus 4, that gives us minus 4 equals to minus 34. Take this minus 4 to this side, we have minus 10m equals to minus 34 plus 4. And that should give us minus 10m equals to minus 30 divided both sides by minus 10. M will be equals to 3, which is option C for question number 13. So that's the solution for question number 13 as well. Now question number 14 is from vector. You are given that vector r equals to I plus 2j and n is equals to minus I plus 3j. You have to find the modulus of 2n minus r. So you have to find the modulus of this vector. So the first thing to do is to return the value of this vector and this vector into this. So we are given the vector n and vector r, put it here. So we'll be having the absolute values of 2 into vector n is this, minus vector r is this as well. And you should know the reason why we are putting this one in bracket, because this minus will affect everything in the bracket. And if you open the bracket, we have absolute values of 2 multiply the bracket, we have minus 2i plus 6j Then this minus will open this bracket, we have minus I minus 2j. Collect last time, minus 2i minus 2 minus I will give us a minus 3i. Then 6j minus 2j give us a 4j. Should be having this. And how do we find the modulus of this? That will be square root of the square of each of them. So that will be square root of minus 3i squared plus j squared. So that should give us a minus 3i squared will give us a, that will give us 9. So you have the square root of 9 plus 4j squared will give us a 16. So that means you have square root of 9 plus 16 gives us 25, and the square root of 25 gives us 5, and your answer is in decimal one decimal place. So that's why you have a 5.0, which is option B for question number 14. Question number 15 is from the application of differential calculus to application of the differential calculus. That means it's technically from the differentiation. You are told that the gradient of a curve y is equals to us squared plus 3s minus 1 at the point minus 1 comma 1 is 9. Find the value of u. So we are given this curve, which is quadratic curve, and we are given the gradient to be 9, and the curve passes through this point. You have to find the value of u. So the first thing to do is that you are given the gradient, which is 9, so you can find the gradient of this curve. And what's the meaning of gradient? That is differentiation. That means you can differentiate this curve. So that means I have y is equal to s squared plus 3s minus 1. If I differentiate y with respect to x, I have the y ds, which also means gradient. The y ds means gradient. So if you differentiate that, that means you have a 2ux plus 3. So that means you'll be having 9, because you have been given the value of the gradient, which is 9, equals to this. So collect like times, you'll be having 2ux, then you'll be having equals to 9 minus 3. If you collect like times, 2us equals to 6, divide both sides by 2, us equals to 3. So u will be equals to 3 divided by h, we divide both sides by x. Then at this coordinate given to us, we can find our u. So at this coordinate, our s is minus 1. So if you put that here, you'll be having u is equals to 3 over minus 1. That should give us minus 3 for the value of our u. That makes option A the correct answer for question number 15. Question number 16 is from binomial expansion. If ks squared is a term in the binomial expansion of 1 minus 2s raised to the power 4, we have to find the value of k. All you need to do is to expand this to this power s raised to the power 2. So we have 1 minus 2 raised to the power 4. If you expand the first term, you have 4 combinations: 0 multiplied by 1 raised to the power 4 multiplied by minus 2 raised to the power 0. That's the first term. Plus the second term is 4 combination 1, then multiplied by 1 raised to the power 3, because this you remove 1 from the power, then multiplied by minus 2 raised to the power 1. This one will increase by 1. So if you simplify this one here, the power of s here will be 1. So that means we need another term. So plus 4 combination 2 multiplied by 1 raised to the power 2 into minus 2 raised to the power 2. If you expand this now, you'll be having s raised to the power 2, which is this we are looking for. So that means plus the next we don't need to expand further. So that means we need this term to be equals to k raised to ks squared. So that means you need this term, which is this, to be equals to ks squared. If you simplify this, 4 combination 2 will give us a 6. Then minus 2s squared will give us a 4 multiplied by 4s squared equals to ks squared. S squared will take care of s squared. So you'll be having your k to be equals to 6 times 4, which is 24, which is option D for question number 16. Question number 17 is from probability. Where a pair of die, if a pair of dice is thrown twice, you have to find probability that the sum obtained will be a factor of 12. So the first thing to do is to get all the sample space for throwing a dice twice. So and that will give us this chart we are having here. This is the faces of the first die, and this is the face of the second die. So if the first die show 1, the second one can also show 1. That means if you have 1 comma 1, the first die show 1, second die can show 2, 1 comma 2. The first die show 1, that second die show 3. You have 1 comma 3, 1,4, 1,5, 1,6. The first die can show 2, second one will show 1, you have 2,1, and so on, and like this. So we have from here like this to this point here, all the total that come here is 36 if you count them together. So we are looking for the factor of 12, the sum of the factor of 12. That means what the first die plus second die, what they show, if you add them together, will give us the factor of 12. And what are the factor of 12? Those are the number that can divide 12 without remainder. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Those are the factor of 12. So the first one will be this. This one will add up to 2. This is a factor. This add up to 3 is a factor. Add up to 4 is a factor. This one add up to 5 is not a factor. This one is add up to 6 is a factor. This one is add up to 7 it's not a factor. So we have 1, 2, 3, then 4 here. Then this is a factor. This is 3. 4 is a factor. 6 is a factor. So we have three factors here. So 4 plus 3 that give us 7. 8, 9, then 10, then 11, no one again, then 12. So that means you have 12 favorable outcomes here. So 12 favorable. So therefore the probability of factor of 12 will be 12 out of 36. That will be 12 over 36. And that should give us a 1 over 3, which is option A for question number 17. Question number 18 is from the motion. A body of mass 4 kilogram, 42 kilogram increases in its speed from 15 meters per second to 40 meters per second in 12 seconds. Find the force acting on the body. So we are given the initial velocity and the final velocity with the time and the mass, looking for the force. So from this we can find the acceleration, because we know that force is mass times acceleration. So if you can find the acceleration, we have the mass, then you can find the force. So like I said, you are given the initial velocity to be 15 meters per second, the final velocity 43 meters per second, time is 12 seconds. So we are given the time to be 12 seconds. You can find the acceleration using the equation of the motion, one of the equation of motion related to this. So you have v is equal to u plus at. If it's 2, you have 43 equals to 15 plus 12a. From there we can collect the like times. If you collect the like times, you have 12a is equals to 43 minus 15, that gives us 28. So you can divide both sides by 12. You have 7 over 3 if you reduce this, because 4 can go in up and down. You have 7 over 3 meters per second square as the acceleration. So your aim is to find force. We know that force is mass times acceleration, which is equal to the mass is 42 times acceleration, which is 7 over 3. If you simplify it, that gives us a 98 Newton as the force. So which is option C. Question number 19 is from the set theory. Given that m and n are two sets, which of the following is the same as m intersection n complement? So if you try it out using different analogy, so we discover that m intersection n complement will give us m complement union n complement, which is option D. So the way you can do is that get a universal set and get set m, get set n, and make sure that there is a interaction between them. Then find your test this from that and test this from that. You discover that you get the same set element in this set and you get the same element in this set, so they will be equal. So the rest will be, this one will fail, this will fail, this also will fail. So that makes option D the correct answer for question number 19. Question number 20 is from the motion. Also is from motion. A particle starts from the rest and accelerates at 4 meters per second square. Find the distance covered for after 4 seconds. So we are given, so if a particle starts from rest, that means the initial velocity is 0. So and the acceleration is 4 meters per second square. Time is 4 seconds, but we are looking for the distance covered. So you can use one of the equation of the motion related to this. So we have s equal to ut plus half at squared. If you substitute, so That means you have 0 times 4 here. 0 times 4 here. So if you have 0 times 4, that gives us a 0. Then from there, if you substitute the rest in there, we have a half times a is our acceleration is 4 times t is 4 squared. So from there we have s is equals to 2 can go in 4, that gives us a 2. 4 squared gives us 16. 2 times 16 gives us a 32. So that means the distance is a 32 meters per second. So 32 meters rather, which is option D for question number 20. Question number 21 is from inequalities of quadratic inequalities. You have to find the range of the value for s for which 9x minus 1 greater than 14s squared. So if you collect like times, take this to this side, you have minus 14s squared plus 9x minus 1 greater than 0. So you can now solve this left hand side using the way of solving quadratic equation. So minus 14 will multiply minus 1, that gives us a 14. Then multiply, look for two factors to multiply to get 14, and when you add them together, it will give us a 9, and that should be 7 times 2. So that will be 7 times 2. So we'll be having a minus 14x squared plus 2x plus 7x minus 1 greater than 0. So you can factorize this. So you can see that minus 2s is common here. So you have minus 2s into 7x minus 1 plus 1 is common here. You have plus 1 into 7x minus 1 greater than 0. We can bring these together. We have a 7s minus 1 into minus 2s plus 1 greater than 0. And we know that when it comes to condition for the condition for greater than in quadratic inequalities, that means each of them are greater than 0, or each of them are less than 0. So this can be greater, it could be greater than 0, and this also could be greater than 0, or this will be less than 0, likewise this also will be less than 0. So that means we have a 7s plus minus 1 greater than 0, or minus 2s plus 1 greater than 0. From there you can find our s from here. So you have 7s greater than 1, or minus 2s greater than minus 1. So divide side by 7 here, you'll be having x is greater than 1 over 7, or if you divide both sides by minus 2 here, you'll be having s is less than half. So if you convert this one to a single inequalities now, should be between this and this one, 1 over 7 is less than 1 over 7 is smaller than 1 over 2. So this one will be at the left hand side, this one will be at the right hand side. So if s is greater than 1 over 7, that means 1 over 7 is less than x, less than 1 over 2, which make option A the correct answer for question number 21. Question number 22 is from the motion on an inclined plane. So you have a particle of mass 40 kg is kept on a smooth plane inclined at angle 30 degrees to the horizontal by a force up the plane. We have to find correct to one decimal place the magnitude of the normal reaction of the plane on the particle. So if you have a particle on an inclined plane, then we know that the reaction of the particle, or the reaction of the particle, will be the reaction. They will be equals to the weight of the. It will be equal to the weight of the mass, the weight of the particle, because don't forget that the law of conservation of laws of third law of motion say that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So that mass, the weight of that mass, will give the reaction of the surface will be this. The reaction of the surface will be equal to the weight of the mass. So, but don't forget that the weight of the mass will be in respect to the inclined plane. So that means let's find the force on the what's it called, the particle. That will be the weight multiplied by the cos 30 degrees, which is the weight along the x-axis. along the x-axis, that will give us along the x component, that will give us force to be equal to weight multiplied by the cos 30 degrees. But we know that weight is mass times gravity, so that will be F will be equal to mass times gravity cos 30 degrees. So from there, if you substitute, we know the mass to be 40 multiplied by G, which is 10 cos 30. That will be 400 times cos 30. That will give us 346.4 newtons, which is the option C for question number 22. Question number 23 is from the coordinate geometry. The point P having this coordinate minus 3,5 lies on the line which is perpendicular to 2s minus 4s plus 3 equals to 0. We have to find the equation of the line. So we are looking for equation of the line that is perpendicular to this line. So the first thing to do is to find and we know that the condition for perpendicularity of two lines is that the product of their gradient must be equal to minus 1. So you can find the gradient of this line first. So you have 2s minus 4s plus 3 equals to 0. So we can find the gradient by making y subset of the formula. So we'll be having minus 4y equals to minus 3 minus 2s minus 3. So you can multiply through by minus. We'll be having 4y equals to 2s minus 3 divided both sides by 4. You have 2 over 4s minus 3 over 4. That means the coefficient of x here will be the gradient of that straight line. So that means your m1 can be 2 over 4 give us 1 over 2. So that means our m1 is half. And the condition for perpendicularity is that product of the m1 and m2 gives us minus 1. So if our m1 is half, put that here, multiply by m2 equals to minus 1. Can cross multiply here, so our m2 will be minus 2 if you cross multiply. Then from there, the equation we are looking for is a linear equation as well. So that will take the template of linear equation y equals to ms plus c. Our m is minus 2. If you put that here, you have y equals to minus 2s plus c. Then you can find the value of c at this point given to us. So at minus 3,5, our y is 5, our s is minus 3. Put that here. You have 5 equals to minus 2 into minus 3 plus c. So minus 2 minus 3 minus 2 times minus 3 gives us 6. Here you'll be having c is equals to 5 minus 6. That gives us a minus 1. So that means our c is minus 1. If you return that here, you will be having y is equals to minus 2s minus 1. So take everything to the other side. You have y plus 2s plus 1 equals to 0, which is the equation we are looking for. And that will give us option C for question number 23. Question number 24 is also on a binomial expansion. We have to find the coefficient of y squared in the binomial expansion y minus 2s raised to power 5. So all you need to do is to expand this first. If you expand, we have this is the first term. We have done something like this in this video, and this is the second term, and this is the third term. So and this is the fourth term. It is the fourth term that we have y squared. So don't forget that we are looking for y squared. That's why we stop in the fourth term. We don't need to continue. So that means here we need to find the coefficient of y squared. So if you simplify this one, we have a 5 combination 3y squared into minus 2s raised to power 3. So 5 combination 3 will give us a 10 multiplied by minus 2 raised to power 3 gives us minus 8 s cubed y squared. So if you open the bracket, 10 times minus 8 give us minus 80 s cubed as the coefficient of y squared. That will give us option D to be the correct answer for question number 24. Question number 25 is from the differential calculus as well, the application of differential calculus. We have to find the turning point of we have to find the value of x using the turning point of this curve. So we are given f of x to be s squared plus 3s plus 1, which is a curve. So from there we know that f of x means y, so you have a y is equal to s squared plus 3s plus 1. So you can differentiate y with respect to x. That means you have the y ds will be 2s plus 3. So at the turning point of a curve, the y ds, the gradient is equal to 0. So at the turning point of a curve, the gradient is equal to 0, and the gradient means the y ds. So at the turning point, the y dx is equal to 0. So if you put that here, you have 2s plus 3 equals to 0. 2s collect like times 2s equals to minus 3, divide both sides by 2. You have minus 3 over 2, and that should give us a minus 1 over 1 over 2, which is option C for question number 25. Question number 26 is from the combination. How many digit number can be formed from the digit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 if repetition is not allowed? So in a combination, repetition is not allowed, but in permutation, repetition is allowed. So that means this is combination. We have how many digits here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 digits, and you have to form 3 digits. So we have a 7 combination 3. 7 combination 3. That will give us a 7 factorial over 7 minus 3 factorial 3 factorial. So that should give us 7 factorial over 4 factorial 3 factorial. Expand this 7 factorial, you have a 7 times 6 times 4 times 4 factorial. 4 factorial can go in 4 factorial. 3 factorial means 6. 6 can go in 6. 7 times 5 gives us 35. So that gives us 35 ways, which is option D for question number 26. Question number 27 is from matrices. So we are given this matrix, multiplying this matrix equals to 2 multiplying this matrix. So if you multiply this matrix by this matrix, we have this. How do we do that? The rows will multiply column. So we have 6 times 2, that gives us a 12, plus 4 times m give us a 4m. Then this second row will multiply this column as well. 7 times 2 give us 14. 5 times m will give us a plus 5m, equals to this this scalar will multiply this this column matrix. 2 times 4 give us 24. 2 times 14.5 give us 29. Then from there, this is a column matrix equals to column matrix. So that means this element is equal to this, and this is also equals to this. So you have a 12 plus 4m equals to 24. Collect like times from there. You have a 4m equals to 24 minus 12. 4m equals to 12. Divide both sides by 4. M equals to 3. Even if you do 14 plus 5m equals to 29, you still get the same answer for m. So that means option C, correct answer for question number 27. Question number 28 is from the collision, which is also a motion. A body of mass 80 kg moving with a velocity of 25 meters per second collide with another body moving in the opposite direction of 10 meters per second. After collision, both bodies move with a common velocity of 12.8 meters per second. Calculate correct to the nearest whole number the mass of the second bodies. So there you are using the laws of momentum. So we know that the total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. So we know that the momentum before collision is m1 v1 plus m2 v2 equals to the second momentum after collision, because both of them move with a common velocity after collision. So we don't need to do m1 v1 plus m2 v2 because they have common velocity. So that means you can factorize that common velocity, which is v. Also, so you have m1 plus m2 multiplied by the common velocity. Here the velocities are different here. So but we are told that the second body move in opposite direction. That means this 10 will be negative 10. So if you substitute that, you have a mass is 80 times velocity, which is 25, plus we don't know the mass of the second body multiplied by its velocity, because it's moving in opposite direction. That will be minus 10 instead of 10 here, equals to the mass of the first body 80 plus mass of the second body we don't know, multiplied by the common velocity, which is 12.8. So this will give us I think 2000. M times minus 10 gives us minus 10 m2 equals to 12.8. We want to open the bracket. 12.8 times 80 gives us a 1024, plus 12.8 times m2 gives us a 12.8 m2. We can collect like times from there. You have minus 10 m2 minus 12 m2. So, or this one will come here, this will come here. So you have 10.8 m2 plus 10.8 m2 equals to 2000 minus 1024. If you had this, that gives us a 22.8 m2 equals to, subtract this 976, divide both sides by 22.8 to get your second mass, the second mass of the second body. That will give us a 43 kilogram approximately. So which is option C for question number 28. Question number 29 is from the permutation. In how many ways can 12 people be seated on a bench if only 5 spaces are available? So that should give us a 12 permutation 5. So because this can repetition is allowed in this, so you can rearrange them since we are not giving any condition. So in 5 you can rearrange these 5 people anyhow. So that's 12 permutation 5. Then that should give us a 12 factorial over 12 minus 5 factorial. Oh, there's an error here, please. There's an error here. So I use for this is a combination of permutation. So this is supposed to be 12 factorial over 12 minus 5 factorial. So this 5 is not going to be there, please. This 5 factorial is not there. Sorry for that. That's a typographical error or an oversight. So 12 factorial over 12 factorial 12 permutation 12 permutation 5 will be 12 factorial over 12 minus 5 factorial. Please remove this from there. And that should give us a 12 factorial over 7 factorial, not with this 5 factorial. So that means you'll be having 12 times 10, 11 times 10 times 7, 9 times 7, 8 times 7 factorial. So here you'll be having 7, cancel 7 here. Then you're now multiplying 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8. So let me quickly do that and tell you the answer there, please. Just give me just 1 minute to use my calculator to multiply that, so that I can tell you the final answer there, so that when you are working on your own you will know the answer, because there is an error in that question there since we use a combination instead of permutation. So let's quickly see that my calculator is coming up. So we have 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8. So that should give us oh, sorry, let me see again. Oh, sorry, I've seen it again. The question is combination, not permutation. That's where the error comes from. It's from combination. It's for combination as well. So this is combination. Please change this. That's why I made mistake, not the solution. The error is from the combination. It's not 12. It's not P. It's combination. 12 combination 5. So if you simplify that, you get to this level just like what we did before. So that because of our time, and that should give us a 95,040 ways, which is option A for question number 29. Sorry for the delay. Question number 30 is from the cosine rule. Cosine rule in triangle XYZ, side XY is 10 cm, side YZ is 9 cm, and side XZ 7 cm. If angle XYZ is alpha, you have to find the value of cos alpha. So if you draw the triangle, we have something like this. Put your XYZ, so put the side as well, 10 cm for XY, then for YZ is 9 cm, for this 7 cm. You are giving this angle here, angle XZY, to be alpha. So you have to find the value of cos alpha. So that means you are going to use cosine rule. And what does cosine rule say? The square of this side, the square of the side facing this angle, which is this, which is 10 squared, equals to 9 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 multiplied by 9 times 7 cos the angle, which is alpha. That will give us 100 equals to, if you simplify it, that gives us 130 minus 2 times 9 times 7 will give us a 126 cos alpha. Collect like times from there. This comes here, you have 100 minus 130 equals to minus 126 cos alpha. That will give us a minus 30 equals to this. Divide both sides by the minus 125 to get our cos alpha. So that means you have cos alpha to be 30 over 126, because minus will take care of minus. 6 can go here, 6 can go here. So 6 in 30 is 5. 6 in 126 give us 21. So that will give us a 5 over 21, which is option C for question number 30. Question number 31 is from differentiation. We have to differentiate this implicit function, y squared plus 2s y minus 8 equals 0. So we have to differentiate that implicit function. How do we go about that? We have y squared plus 2s y minus 8 equals 0. Differentiate y squared, that will give us a 2y dy dx, plus differentiate x here, you have 2y, then go back again, differentiate y, that means you'll be having 2x dy dx. Differentiate minus 8, that gives us 0 equals to 0. If you understand how to differentiate implicitly, then from there collect like time, this 2y will come here, you have 2y dy dx plus 2y dy dx equals to minus 2y. Then factorize dy dx here. You have a dy dx into 2y plus 2x equals to 2y minus 2y. Then divide both sides by this bracket. You have a dy dx to be minus 2y over 2y plus 2x. So denominator 2 is common in the denominator. You can factorize 2 out here. So you'll be having minus 2y over 2 into y plus x. So 2 can take care of 2. So we'll be having the y dx to be minus 2y over, minus y over y plus x. So which is option C if I'm correct. Question number 32 is from the statistic. The mean of 4 numbers is 5 and the mean of another 3 numbers is 12. Find the mean of the 7 numbers. So that means, how do you find mean? Mean is the summation of all the 4 numbers divided by 4. That gives us 5. So that means if I sum those 4 numbers together divided by 4, it give me 5. Then I can get the value of the sum of the 4 numbers by cross multiplying here. So that means the sum of the 4 numbers will be 4 times 5. That will give us a 20. So that means addition of the 4 number is 20. So for the second one as well, another sum of another 3 the mean of another 3 number is 12. That means if I sum those 3 numbers divided by 3 will give me 12 as well. I can now cross multiply to get the sum of the 3 numbers. So that gives us 36. So that means the mean of the 7 number will be addition of this plus d. That gives us 7 numbers divided by 7 give us this plus this. So that means that this plus the sum of the 4 number plus sum of the 3 number over 7, that will give us the mean of the 7 numbers. That will be 20, which is the sum of 4 numbers plus sum of the 3 number, which is 36 over 7. So that should give us 56 over 7, and that should give us 8, which is option C for question number 32. Question number 33 is from the coordinate geometry. We have to find the angle between this line and this line, correct to the nearest degree. So the thing to do is to find the gradient of this line and the gradient of this line. So the first thing to do is to find the gradient of this line. And how do we do that? By making y solve the formula, and the question of s will be the gradient. So that means if you're taking this y to this side, you have a y equals to 3s minus 5. So that means your m1 will be 3. Then from this one as well, we have a 7s minus y equals to 3 equals to 0. Take this y to the other side here, you have y to be equals to 7x minus 3. So that means the m2 is equal to be 7 as well. Then to find angle between 2 lines, you have a tan theta equals to m2 minus m1 over 1 plus m2 m1, where m1 and m2 are the gradient of the 2 lines. So if you substitute, you have 7 minus 3 over 1 plus 7 times 3. So if you simplify that, will give us a 4 over 21 plus 1 give us 22, and that will give us a 0.18118. So theta will be tan inverse of this, and that will give us a 10 degrees approximately, which is option A for question number 33. Question number 34 is from the application of differentiation and integration. Application of the integration and differentiation. This question is very common in JAMB. The gradient of a curve is given by this. If the curve passes through this point, you have to find the equation of the curve. So we are given the gradient of a curve, which is this, and we know that the gradient simply means differentiation. So that means dy ds will be equals to 3s squared minus 8s plus 2. The gradient of a curve is equals to this. So dy ds will be equals to this. So therefore we can cross multiply. So we'll be having the y equals to this multiplied by the x if you cross multiply. So you can now integrate both sides to find our, if you integrate both sides, you'll be having the integral of dy equals to integral of this dx. So if you integrate dy, you'll be having y equals to, if you integrate 3s squared, you'll be having 3, and then multiply by s cubed over 3 minus 8 s squared over 2, plus if you integrate 2, you have 2x plus constant c. Then 3 will cancel 3 here, 2 will go in 8, that will give us 4. So you are left with a y is equal to s cubed minus 4x plus 2x plus c. Then from there, so from there you can now find our c from this point P given to us. from at that point given to us. Our s is 0, y is 4. Put that here. You have 4 is equals to 0 cube minus 4 into 0 square plus 2 into 0 plus c. So technically everything here is 0 and our c will be equals to 4. So if you return that into this equation, you'll be having y is equals to s cube minus 4s squared plus 2s plus 4, which make option C the correct answer for question number option B for question number 34. Question number 35 is from a differentiation. We are to giving this to and this to find change in y. So that means we need to differentiate this from first principle. So we are given y equals to 2s minus 1. So we need to add change to both the variables, both the dependent and independent variable. So we'll be having y plus change in y equals to 2 into s plus change in s minus 1. Expand the bracket here, you have a y plus change in y equals to 2s plus 2 change in s minus 1. Take y to this side, you'll be having change in y is equals to 2s plus 2s plus 2 change in s minus 1 minus y. But your y is equals to 2s minus 1. So if you put that here, you'll be having this in bracket to represent our y. Open the bracket with minus, you'll be having this. Then 2s will take care of minus 2x. Minus 1 will take care of 1. So you're having change in y equals to 2 change in x. So you are given the value of our change in x will be 0.1. So we have change in y equals to 2 times 0.1. And that should give us a 0.2 as our change in y, which is option A for question number 35. Question number 36 is from statistics. You are to giving the scores of students in a class are 4, 6, 1, 8, 9, 5, and 2. We have to calculate correct one decimal place the mean deviation of the score. You have to find the mean deviation of the score. How do we find that? The first thing to do is to find the mean. You need to get the mean before you find the mean deviation. So how do you find the mean? We know that the mean is the summation of these numbers divided by the number of data we have there. So if you sum those data together, you have 35 over 7, that gives us 5. So the mean is 5. Then from there now, we know that mean deviation will be modulus of summation of modulus of s minus s by over n. So that means we need to compute this summation of this deviation, summation of this modulus of this deviation. So if you do that, this is the table. These are the values of our scores. So we have s minus x bar. Our s bar is 5. So we have 4 minus 5 here. That gives us minus 1. 6 minus 5. Sorry for that, an error. Again, 4 minus 5 is minus 1. 6 minus 5 is 1, not 2. Don't know that error is coming from. So 1 minus 5 gives us minus 4. 8 minus 5 is 3. 9 minus 5 is 4. Then 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. So there's an error here. This should be 1, not 2. So if you now find the absolute value of d, that should eliminate the negative. You have 1, 1. We have 4, 3, 4, 0, 3. And you add them together, that gives us a 15. 15, not 16, please. So that means you'll be having to now find the mean deviation, you'll be having the summation of this modulus of the deviation, which will be 15 over 7. So we'll be having 15 over 7, not 16 over 7. So if you let me use my calculator to get you the final answer for that. So we are having 15 divided by 7, and that should give us a 2.1. 2.1. So I don't know. Here we are getting 2.3. Oh, did I make a mistake here? This is 6 minus 5. That will be 1, not 2. So let's see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 digits are there. So here we got 2.3 to make this one option A, but I think there's a error here. So it is 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 4 6 9 plus 4, that should be 13 16. So it's still 16. I don't know why. So that means this is correct, because 1 plus 1 give us 2, because this one is 1. This is 1 plus 1 2 plus 4 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 4 15, okay, 1 plus 1 2 6 9 13 16. So 16, that means this is correct. So just change this one to 1. That's where the error is. So the answer is still correct. 2.3 as the answer. Sorry for the typographical error. This is 1, not 2. This is 1, then you have 1. If you add it together, it's equal to 16. Question number 37 is from the coordinate geometry as well. We have to, you give the line, this line make an angle make an angle theta with the x-axis. You have to find the value of theta. So the first thing to do is to find the gradient of this angle. So this line rather, by making y solve with the formula. So you have y is equal to minus s minus 4. So from there, that means m1 will be equal to minus 1. Then from there, then the x-axis that this line make an angle theta with will be the gradient of the x-axis is 0, because gradient of an horizontal line is equal to 0. Likewise, that of a vertical line. So that now that we know the gradient of the two lines, so that means we can now use this formula to find the angle between the tan theta is equal to m2 minus m1 over 1 plus m1 m2. If you substitute the value of our m1 m2 there, you have a 0 minus open bracket minus 1 over 1 plus 0 on the, multiplied by minus 1. So this will give us a 1 over 1, and that should give us a 1. So tan inverse of 1 will give us a 45 degrees. So that means angle 45 degrees between this line and the x-axis. That make option D the correct answer for question number 37. Question number 38 is from the probability distribution. The parent of 7 out of every 10 students in a class are farmers. If 12 students were selected at random, find probability that the parent of 8 of them will be farmer. So the first thing to do is to get probability of being a farmer is a 7 over 10. So that will be 0 over 7. The probability of not being a farmer will be 1 minus 0.7. that gives us 0.3. Then from there, we are given that the population is 12. Number of students in case there are 12. Then we know that probability distribution will give us probability of S is n combination S permutation. N combination S, then P raised to power n minus S, then Q raised to power x, where P is the probability and of the parent being a farmer, and Q is the probability that they are not farmer. It's substitute that we are to find probability that parent of 8 of them will be farmer. So that means our S will be 8. So we have P is equals to P into S equals to 8 equals to 12 combination 8 into P is 0.7 raised to power 12 minus 8 multiplied by 0.3 raised to power 8. If you simplify this right hand side, you will be having 12 combination 8, 0.7 raised to power 4, 0.3 raised to power 8. If you simplify this, that gives us a 0.078, which is the option A for question number 38. Question number 39 is from the propositional logic. Is from propositional logic. In a truth table, if P is true and Q is false, which of the following notion is false? Now, of course, you can test them one after the other, but the option D is the incorrect option. Also, the option C rather is the one that will make it to be false. Let's test it. if P then Q. So if P is true and Q is false, so that means this one is going to give us false. False and false will give us false. Then false and false again will give us false. So everything here will give us false, which is option C. I'll come again. P, if P then Q. P is true, Q is false. So if P is true, then Q is false. That will give us a false. As if you test the truth table for this P and if P and then Q. So if P is true and then Q is false, then the outcome is going to be false. So this one is going to give us false. Then false and Q. False and false is going to give us false. Then false and P. False is this one is false and P is true. False and true, that will give us a false as well. So it's option C. Then the last question for today is question number 40. Is from the linear sequence, which is but we don't know which one. We don't know whether it's from linear sequence. But if you test this sequence, you discover that it has a common difference, not a constant ratio. But to find the sum of the first 20 terms of the sequence, -7, -3, and 1. ... So if you test this sequence, it's called that there is common difference between them. -3 -7 will give us a 4. 1 -3 will give us 4 as well. So that means the common difference is 4 for this sequence. That means a linear sequence. So the first term is -7 and the common difference is 4. So that means the sum of terms in the AP is n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. So from there, sum of 20 terms is 20 over 2 into 2 times first term, which is -7 plus 20 minus 1 multiplied by 4. That should give us a 10 into -14 plus 19 times 4. That should give us, if you simplify this, that should give us a 624 sum of 20 terms, which is option A for question number 40. So I want to believe that you enjoyed this video, as you have been able to solve all the 40 objective questions given to them in the Wassce 2024 further mathematics objective questions. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button right now in order to subscribe to the channel, so that whenever we post information on this platform, you will know. And we are going to be solving both the theoretical part of the general mathematics and the theoretical part of the further mathematics also in the next video. So please share this video with the student out there. Like the video, comment in the comment section of this video, so as to help us improve our next video. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you and God bless you.